Today we're unboxing the GEEKOM IT12 mini PC. And this one comes with an i7 1280p CPU with Intel Iris Xe graphics, and then a very lavish amount of RAM as you get 64 gigs DDR4 3200, and then a 1TB M.2 NVMe drive. And then the packaging is top notch with the PC itself cocooned within this tight celled foam there, so it's not going to go anywhere. And then all the accessories you're going to need to get this PC up and running are stored below the foam. This includes your HDMI cable, your power brick, your power cord, all your accessories for potentially VESA mounting the PC, and you've also got your manuals and stuff like that. And what I love is the tiny power brick. They used to be as big as the mini PC, but they've shrunk significantly to the point of where they're really easy to travel with. Then you've also got your power cord, your HDMI cable, your manual, and your VESA mount with screws. Now let's take a closer look at the PC itself. First of all, it's inside protective film that you just take off, and then you've got your full PC there, and it looks very nice. It's got the GEEKOM kind of blue that they go for their Intel nukes, and I think it looks amazing. We've got a couple of USBs, as you can see on the front, along with the headphone jack and a power button. There's always a lot of connectivity with these mini PCs that I do enjoy. So of course, the amount of accessories you can plug in here is huge. You've also got a media card reader on the side, which is nice. And then you've got a power cord, you've got USB Type-C, HDMI, Ethernet. Then you've got two Type A USBs, one slow and one fast. Then you've got a Type-C, and then you've got another HDMI. On top of that, you've also got the wireless connectivity. So you've got Bluetooth 5.2 and you've got Wi-Fi 6E in this as well. And these things are upgradable, but this is where I fell into a problem with this one. So all the screws on the bottom here were all easy to unscrew apart from this one that had been over torqued, and it was insane. I had to find just the right screwdriver with the right size head to really get in there and get the tension going. But once it was released, we were all good. And then inside we've got replaceable and upgradable components. So we've got the M.2 drive, we've got the RAM, and then on the actual lid of the PC itself, you've got a SATA interface for another hard drive. Either that could be spinning or it could be a solid state drive. And then inside the PC, you'll notice there's an additional slot for another M.2 drive, but this is a smaller physical size drive as it will fit a 42mm one. But certainly for this size of PC, you've got a lot of upgrade options in here and simple servicing. If something goes wrong, quite easy to replace a component. And then when it comes down to performance, I was quite impressed. And I started with Siege X, and of course the requirements here have been pushed up with this new release of Rainbow Six Siege, and I was quite impressed with how this was actually able to perform. Now, I certainly would not use this mini PC for gaming at all, but I was still quite impressed to see how it managed to handle the game, and onboard graphics has really improved over the last couple of years, as just a couple of generations ago we would basically be getting like 10 FPS at best here. But this baby was able to push out playable frame rates. And although I wouldn't recommend it for gaming, the graphical performance here is great for working on 3D files or video editing, and it also has Intel's QuickSync on board, making it exceptional for video editing and stuff like Premiere Pro. And then CPU performance here was pretty good as well, so it's not top of the line as it is an i7 mobile CPU. And what you're looking at here with these results is the different PCs that I have tested over the years. So the top one there is my full fat desktop Intel PC, and it is an i9, so that's the best performing PC that I own. Then below that, we have a couple of the mini PCs that I've tested, which have been exceptional in performance. And then we go back to the 3700, which is my old editing computer. You can see I've got quite a few results in here because I was always messing around trying to overclock it a bit. And then we have this little mini PC just behind it. So overall, I think it's doing very well considering that 3700 was a full fat desktop machine, and this one is just behind. It's also got 20 cores, 20 threads, and it runs at a baseline 2.0 gigahertz, and it boosts up to 4.8. And then always remember, you're not going to get a long boost time with these mini PCs just because you don't have the thermal mass to absorb all the heat. And they have basically a laptop fan to keep them cool, and that will spin up when you're under high load. But the great thing about this is it doesn't get too loud. I was quite impressed with overall fan noise. And of course, if you're not actually doing anything too demanding, the fan doesn't spin up much at all. And let's talk price. So you'll find links in the description below if you want to go check this out and buy it. And right now I can buy this for 500 quid with free shipping. And that's not bad, especially considering how many other mini PCs we've checked out and they've been sometimes way over that price. I think the best thing here and the most valuable thing is the fact you get 64 gigs of RAM with this configuration, making it exceptional as a little productivity machine. And overall, I'm super impressed with the GEEKOM's mini PCs. I really want to check out hopefully the A9 next, as that one's going to bring in AMD's new graphical onboard graphics that really actually are pretty sweet. And I want to see how well that can play stuff like Rainbow Six Siege. But yeah, if you're looking for a little productivity machine with a lot of RAM, this could be right up your alley. Anyway guys, thanks for watching and I'll catch you next time.